classes on no longer on 10th and Rule, but now they're on 2630. They're no longer on 2630 East 10th Street. They're now on 3532 North Keystone Avenue. Okay? Kind of rolls off the tongue. 3530 North Keystone Avenue. All right. So we got a new setup. We had a situation with the markers, but we back at it. So we're going to get the Hebrew scriptures today. Basically, we're going to write out scriptures in Hebrew. Okay, so all the naysayers who try to say, "Oh, you don't know if it's talking about literally they were black. That could be a metaphor. You don't know what it really means in Hebrew. That might not be what it meant in the real Hebrew." Well, let's just get the real Hebrew then with these color scriptures, and we'll see. And then we'll prove to you that it is talking about the Israelites are black. They've always been black. Jesus Christ is black. God is black. The angels are black. And so were the disciples. Okay? So, let's get it going. All right. Give us a second to get situated. If you got paper and pencil, you can keep along. See if we can get it. Go right in front of me. There you go. Just a second. Get it all the way right. I think I'm trying to twist this. And it comes up. Okay. All right. Put me in, coach. We in the game. As we know, the Hebrew alphabet is A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ta, Ya, Ta, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Za, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. All right. Believe that's all of it. It's all the characters. Somebody asked if Hebrew was hard to learn. Well, Hebrew is the first language, so it should be the easiest of all languages to learn, theoretically. Okay. As long as you keep attending classes, keeping good notes, and like one or two good books where I have all your Hebrew notes in it, things you learn. Basically, from there you will learn lots of Hebrew. Okay, that's how you'll learn, through some consistency, some study, and writing down your notes, writing down everything you learn. Okay, so then we're gonna get straight into it. We got a little bit of time. Be on the lookout for Kentucky 8 podcast tonight at 9 on the same channel on Facebook and YouTube that we're watching now. All right, like I said, it's locking for the late start. Markers got mislocated during the move, so I had to run and get some more markers. That's all in the day's work. All right, last week we went over Daniel 10 and 5. All right. Danyala, Aishara, Wakamash, Washasha. That's Daniel 10 and 5 and 6. Washa'a lifted, Ayanya, mine eyes, Ara, and looked, Wanawa, it's like Wahana, behold. Ayash Akkad, man one. Labawash, and clothed. Badium, in linen. Wamatanyawa, and his loins, Kagarium, were girded. Bakathum, in gold. Awapaz of Uphaz. Wagawathia, Slakia. Wagawayathia, and his body. That's where we left off. All right, I believe we left off and his body. So we'll start there. We did Katharashiash, which beryl is green. And we did and his face, Wapanyawa. All right, so we did and his face. So we'll start there. We'll start with Wapanyawa. All right, can you see it good? All right, we in the game. We got a new setup. Papa's got a brand new bag. All right. Wapanyawa. Wapanyawa. All right. I know the light got a little glare on it. I don't know how we can get rid of that glare. Give me a second. There's a way we can get rid of the glare. Maybe if we come up. Give me a second. Let me get rid of this glare. It's very important that you see it very clearly. Because we've had before where it wasn't seen as clearly, but I want it to be perfect, as perfect as it can be, because we're going over some good stuff, some good Hebrew. I want you to be able to read it. Wapanyawa, all right? Wapanyawa means and his face. Wa is and. Panyawa is his face. And his face. And his face. Kamara'a as the appearance. Remember, Ara'a was look. Ra'a is look. Ara'a is looked up in the past. Now the word is ka mara'a. All right. Ka means as. So let's get it. Ka at ma ra'a. Ka mara'a. All right. Mara'a is sight or appearance. Ka is as, and appearance, as appearance. As appearance. Ka mara'a. And we'll get back to the color coded next week. But we're not color coded today. But definitely we'll get back to the color codedness to get it all right. It's as the appearance of lightning, which is barakwa, or barak with a Q is lightning. Lightning, okay. Wa'ayyanyawa is and his eyes. Remember, ayanya is eyes. So we got wa and. But this is all one word. Ayanyawa. Ayanya is eyes. Okay? But if you add that awa, ayanyawa, it's his eyes. And his eyes. Well, let's do it directly how it is, so it'll be easy to understand. See, Hebrew has just a lot of, you just put two and two together. All right, put that with this, and it makes a larger word. This is eyes. and this is his. Right here. His eyes. Ayan Yahweh. And his eyes. And let me know if I'm writing too small. Okay? If I'm writing too small, obviously we'll make it bigger. Get the mic to be closer to me. Okay. Ayan Yahweh. Really need to start writing bigger, but see, we got a lot of scripture. All right. The next word is as lamps. Anytime you see as, it's a ka. Ka, la, pa, yadia. Ka is as lamps. So his eyes, whereas the appearance, and his face as the appearance of lightning. And his face as appearance, lightning. And eyes his as lamps, basically. And his eyes as lamps. And what type of lamps? Fire. Ash. Ash. It's fire. Okay. As lamps, fire. Okay. Get that right. Get that. All right, let's get that. There we go. And his lamps, fire. Okay. Let me know if you can't see it or anything like that. Ash is fire. We got a brother named Ashaparian, which is fire, Ephraim. Fire of Ephraim, which is the Puerto Ricans. Ephraim, the tribe of Ephraim. Okay. So we got fire, and it says, and his arms. And his arms. So we know wa is and, so that'll be the front, that'll be in front. Wa and okay. I got this written in all Hebrew right now, so let me decipher this. I'm not writing in English. Okay, and his arms. Arm is za ra tha, like zara I tha Yahweh. I told you Yahweh is his at the end, so Yahweh. So it'd be similar again. So like I said, only thing we really need to know is we know his to the word will be Yahweh at the end, or Wa at the end. We know Wa is and, so we want to say and his whatever, the middle word will be what it is. So Wa will be at the beginning, Yahweh will be at the end, whatever the arm, whatever it is we're talking about will be in the middle, which is Zara'ith, which is arm. Okay, arm. Okay, and his arms. All right, put an S on that. It's plural. So, and his arms. Okay. Zara'ith. Wa Zara'ith Yahweh. And that's all one word. And his arms is Wa Zara'ith Yahweh. Wa Zara'ith Yahweh. Okay. Next is and his feet. So we should already know what it's going to be in and his feet. Off top is going to be Wa. And Yahweh is going to be at the end. So we already know Yahweh at the end. Yahweh is his. Now we're saying, and his feet. So now we're saying feet. Now feet is Maragal. Maragal the Yahweh. So, okay. But in here it'd be Mawagal. So Ma Ra Ga La Yahweh. It's actually a th. Maragal the Yahweh. Maragal the Yahweh. Ooh, damn. Can't even fit that. Hold on now. Let me rewrite that. That's not going to fit. That's why we had to start zooming in on these boards. So Y, it's all one word. Y, Ma, Ra, Gal, Tha, Wa. And his feet. And his feet. Maragal Thawa. Why Maragal Thawa? Wazaraithwa Thiawa is and his arms, while Maragal Thawa is and feet and his feet. Wazaraithiawa, while Maragal Thawa. Alright. This is and his arms and his feet. As color. Or us, yeah. As color. So we know color as color. You know you're gonna be talking about ka, because ka is as. Too high. As color. So his arms and his feet is as color is going to tell you what color it's like. A is ka, and color is ayun. Ayun. As color. But since we added all one word together, it's ka. Ayun. Ayun also means I. Okay? So it's saying as color, as like as I see it. You understand? So his arms and his feet was as I see it, but it means it's talking about what color he sees it. Because ayun is I. Over here, ayunya, eyes. Ayun is I. Ayunya is eyes, multiple eyes. Now down here we added again, ka ayun. But in the scriptures it's saying his arms and his feet as in color to this and that. It's saying his arms and his feet is this color, but here is ka ayun, which is as I, your eyeball. His arms and his feet is as I, which is like as I see it. As I, the color, this and that. Okay? It's context, what we're dealing with here. All right? It's not talking about eyes in your eyeball. It's talking with your eye in reference to what you see. It's as color of polished brass. All right? Polished brass. But in Hebrew, it's the other way around. So brass would be first, would be brass, and then polished. In English, it's polished brass. In Hebrew, it's brass polished, like Spanish. So brass is nacha shath. Nacha shath. Nachashah, it's brass. All right, Nachashah. Polished is qualal. 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 Polished. All right. Well, we can start breaking this down. This goes with that. Up in the middle, just like that. This goes up here. This goes right there. Okay. Rock, lightning, Wa, and Ayun. Ayunya is eyes. The Y at the end is his. All right, breaking it apart so you can kind of get an understanding of how's it broken apart. Oh, so like it. So this is all together. Okay. All right. Ka la payadya. La payadya is lamps. Ka is as lamps of fire, and Wa, Zarayath Yahweh, and his arms, and his feet, Wa Maragal Thawa, Wa, feet is Maragal, feet is actually Maragal Wath. Maragal Wath. By itself, but since it's and his feet, it's Maragal Thawa. So the Thawa. His is the Y at the end. All right. Maragal is feet. The Y is his. Ka is as. Ayun is eye, but it's also seen as color because that's what he's seeing with his eye in context. All right. Qualal is polished. Now, and voice. So if we know it says and voice, it really should say and his voice. But it's just and voice. So if we know what and is, we know that. We did that about 20 times. And voice, and is Wa. Wa and voice is should be Debar, but here is Debar is words. Debar is his words, but here is and voice. So which is Quawal. Quawal. Wa qua wow. Wa quawal. Wa quawal. And his voice as like. So as like. Here I got Kakwawal again. Voice. And his voice is like. So as like, Ka is as. And it's Quawal again. It's Quawal again. And his voice is as. And it's Quawal again to let you know what it is. As the voice, it's as the voice of a multitude. Multitude. So that's down here. Multitude. His voice is as the voice of a multitude. Also described as a voice of many waters, or the sound of many waters. All right. So Christ, in the visions, he always has a very powerful voice. All right, a very powerful voice. All right, very powerful voice. So his voice is as the voice of many people's voices. Okay, why is it like that? The scriptures does not tell you why. So voice is ha-ma-wan. 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 All right. His voice is as the multitude. Okay. So now I'm gonna rewrite this whole thing, but more form fitting, so it fits the whole board equally. And it'll be another chance for brothers to go over it in their minds. All right. But it's another chance to go over it, like a review. All right. This would be a review of what we just went over, and it should come more easily to you now. That's why I gotta be in class every week, because we did the beginning of the scripture last week. Now this is the ending of the scripture, Daniel 10:5-6. All right. Daniel Aleph, Kamash wa Slaki Asherah, Kamash wa Shasha. Daniel 10:5-6. Daniel Aleph, which is Daniel. Asherah, which is 10. Wa is and. Kamash is 5. Wa again is and. Shasha is 6. Daniel 10:5-6. This is the second half. We're going to start again from the top. Wa pa yan wa. All right. Hold up. Make sure I can fit it all in here. He could. Wa pa wapan yawa. Wapan yawa. Wapan yawa. Actually, let me start up higher a little bit. Wapan yawa. So you know wa, so you should know what it's saying just off of that. Wa pan yawa. Pan yawa. Okay? That's and his face. And his face, but it's actually in Hebrew and face his. So that's what we're writing. Because Panya is face and Yahweh, the Y at the end is his, making it his, making it possessive. So Y Panya, and the Y at the end is his. All right. Well, Panyawa. Now we got Kamara'a. Kamara'a. You know, you see that Ka, Ma, Ra, A. 2 H's at the end. Kamara'a. It's not 2 H's at the end. All right. Kamara'a. Now that means as appearance. As appearance. So in his face, as the appearance, basically is another way of saying what it looked like. It was as appearance. All right, and you got to remember that these two things right here, that's connected. Just wa and panyawa, that's all connected. I'm gonna put that little thing that means it's connected. So wapanyawa kamara, kamara'a, kamara'a, wapanyawa kamara'a. All right, I'm just breaking it down. Barak, his appearance was like a Barak. What is Barak? Lightning. Lightning. His appearance was lightning, as the lightning. And his eyes were ayanyawa. Okay? And so when I say and his eyes, you should already know what's the sentence going to comprise of. And is wa, and his, which is wa at the end. Wa at the beginning, wa at the end. And then the word whatever is in the middle. So I'm saying as his eyes. What's eyes? We went over that earlier. Ayanya, eyes. So the word is wa ayanya wa. See, it's coming together a little bit. So this is wa ayanya wa. Wa ayanya wa. Wa is and. Eyes is ayanya. And his, which is the wa at the end. And his eyes. Should be coming together a little bit for you. Oh, all right. And his eyes. Ayanya's eyes. Panya's face. So you said and his face. Wa panyawa. Say and his eyes. Wa ayanyawa. Wa panyawa. Wa ayanyawa. Wa panyawa. Wa ayanyawa. That's how it comes together. So now his eyes is as lamps. When you say as, you know as is off top of ka. Ka. And then lamps is la payadya. La payadya. La payadya. As lamps. It's connected. Put that little connector right there. Alright. In Hebrew, it'd just be one word. Okay? Make sure this is connected. Put these little connectors here. I'll put that little thing there. That means it's all connected to one word. Alright? Kala payadya. As lamps. What's the lamp? Fire. If you remember what fire was, fire, we got a brother in the school named Fire Ephraimite, Captain Ashaparian. Alright? Ash. It's fire. And a sha. Ash. It's fire. Fire. And his arms. Now, we know we got and his face and his eyes. Now we add and his arms. So you know off top, in the beginning, it's going to be a wa. That's and. And then arms. Arms is zara'ai. Zara'aith. Zara'aith. And then his, you put a yawa at the end. Ya and a wa. Alright. The ya means it's multiple. Okay. So it's arms, it's more than one. If it was just one arm, if it said and his arm, then we would just say zara'aith wa. Okay? Zara'aith wa. Okay? Over here, lamps with an S is a ya. See that ya? That means with a multiple. Okay? That ya right there means multiple. Same with panya, but panya means face. Alright? It is not multiple faces. Alright? but that's just for Panya. I don't know why that one don't. It's still the same. It still has Yah in it because face has Yah in it, not because it's multiple. See, because your eyeball is Ayun. It's not Ayanya. Ayun is I. Ayanya is eyes with an S. So that's where you get that extra, more than one. Okay. If you notice that Yah at the end of certain words, it means it's more than one. But see, if it was Zara Aithwa, it would be and his arm. But we're talking about two arms. So it's and his arms up. Yahweh. Yahweh. And arms his. So Y and arms Zarath. Then Y, that S is Zara'ath Yahweh. Okay? Zara'ath Yahweh. So the Hebrew kind of breaking itself down. All you kind of need to know is once you start learning the suffixes and prefixes, you start knowing how to put them together, or at least you can start deciphering kind of what the words is trying to say. All right, like when we read in Hebrew every Sabbath service. If I put these there, that just means this is all one word. Why is our Ith Yahweh? Let's go to the next one. Now it's and his feet. So you should know how that should sound. And his feet. Which is, I might need to go another level down. I may not be able to fit it. But you know off top, and in his, Y is at the beginning. And if it's more than one, Yahweh is at the end. If it's just one, then Y will be at the end. So we got Y off top. And feet. Let's see what that means. And then his. So it's just 1 foot. And his feet. Actually, that's 2 feet. Feet is 2. All right. And his feet. So it would be a Yahweh at the end. Now, feet is Maragal. 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 Maybe Maragaltha. No, it's just Maragal. That's feet. But since it's his feet multiple, it's a Yahweh at the end. Maragalth Yahweh. Maragalth Yahweh. And his feet. Maragalth Yahweh. I don't know if you can see it. But it's Maragal. Wa Maragaltha Yahweh. Maragalth Yahweh. Next is as color. We did this. As color is the same as eyes, which is as I see it. His feet was as I see it, this color. All right, they're all condensed. So that's and his eyes. So we know and is Y. Eyes is Ayanya. Eyes. If you want to say his eyes and his eyes, you put a Y at the end. And eyes his. So it's broken down. Y is and. Eyes is ayan. Hold on. Eyes is ayan. And with the S is the ya. And then the Y at the end is his. Y ayan yawa. See if you guys can see that good. Let me know if you can see it good. I need to come closer. See if I can come closer. I told you I want to get from previous classes, if you remember, Sometimes it was too far away from the board. I said, man, I want to change that at the new school. This is just a temporary room until we get the main room together. But I said I wanted it to be nice and close. All right. I wanted to be nice and close so you could see it this time around. I did not want it to be like, oh, it's far away. Here we go. All right, as far as it go. Okay. Wa ayan yawa. Hey, shalom, Thamakia. Hey, Most High in Christ. Yeah, the garment be to you soon, warrior. It's going down. We're about to make a big bulk order as well. There's going to be garments for sale at the Passover also. About to make a big bulk. About to make a bulk of them. So where we at? So as color. And eyes his. So this is color. But it's really color because it's what he sees. All right? It's also color. We'll put color. Like an asterisk. This means color. Color. That just connects with it like that. It literally means and his eyes, but when you read in the scriptures, it says and his feet and his arms as color. But as color literally means and eyes. So it's what he see as color. Actually, it is not Ayan Yawa. It's just Ayan. Sure. And I. Alright. But this also means color. So let's put the asterisk here. This also means color. And color. Where we at? Are we at the right spot? Yeah, as color. And his feet. As color. To polished brass. It literally says polished brass in the scriptures, which is brown. But in the Hebrew, it's brass polished. Okay, it's brass polished. So, write that down here. Brass. Ma-ha-wath. It's like na-ha-sha. 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 Get your colors. Get your colors. Get your colors. All right. Polished. Polished is qualau. Qualau. Polished. So it's brass that's polished. Okay, what type of brass is it? It's polished brass. All right. So, and his voice. And voice. So literally in the scriptures in English, it says, let me get the scripture. It says, and his voice is as the sound of, let me get the scripture actually. So I know exactly how it's saying it in the scripture. But basically it's saying it twice. His voice is as the voice of a multitude. That's why in the Hebrew it says twice. It says voice and voice. Okay. Let's get the scripture. Okay. And his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass, and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. Okay, so we're going to say, and voice as voice multitude. That's how it says in Hebrew literally. So it's okay, and we got his words in there too. And the voice of his words like voice multitude. All right. So that's one word we didn't add in there, is his words last time. So let's add it all together. So and voice is, you already know off the beginning, it's going to be and voice. Hold on a second. And the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. So we just want to say and voice, which is wa, qua, wall. Qua, wall. That's and voice. And voice. Now let's go down. And voice his words. So let's put his words. His words is debarwa. Because you know his, you put the Y at the end. Debar is words. Debar. Then a Y. Debarwa. So that's words. His. Okay. Word his. Word his. But you gotta remember this is two connected. The barwa. Okay? The barwa. This is connected too. This is connected. The barwa. So the bar is word his. So he looked like cut like brass, like he was brown. It says, and voice his words, or voice word his, as the voice. We're going to do as voice. So now we got and voice. Now we're going to put as voice. If you've been keeping along, you should know as is a ka. So it should, instead of being and voice, which is wakwa wall, it'll be as like the voice, or as the voice, which would be ka kwa wall. So that'll be ka kwa wall. Ka kwa wall, which is as the voice. As voice. As voice. Remember, these is connected. Kwakwal. And as voice, and there is no of right here. As voice of multitude. Of a multitude. It's as voice, then multitude. And you put it together. That's how Hebrew is. It's like, white man bring much pain. You know how the Gadites used to speak. Like long journey. Journey very long. Or journey very long. 3 days. The journey took 3 days basically. And multitude is hamawan. 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 Ha. Ma. Wan. Multitude. This is the end of Daniel 6. Daniel 10 and 6. All right. That's Daniel 10 and 6. Okay. So now we're going to read it a few times so we'll know. So when you attend the Sabbath service tomorrow, what you do is you get your Hebrew Bible out, which you can get it on Google. On Google, type in Hebrew Bible. All right, let me show you where it's at. So if you want to start reading along on your phone, go to Google. Okay? Go to Google, search. So go to open up Google, type in Hebrew Bible. Type in Hebrew Bible. Okay? Go down to Meccan Mamre. So you go down about 5 or 6 of them. Keep going. Keep going. Right there. So you go down about half the page. Let me see if I can get it right. Hebrew Bible. Meccan Hebrew-English Bible /Meccan Mamre. You can click on that. So you don't have to download nothing. Now you got your Hebrew Bible. Where we at? Daniel 10, 5, and 6. Go to the book of Daniel. Daniel. All right. Go to chapter 10. Daniel chapter 10. Okay. Where we at? The end of 6. His body also was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as torches of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to burnished brass, and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. In the English on here, the English is off of the regular King James. It's a different English, so don't focus on the English of this. But the Hebrew, right here, you can read along the Hebrew during the Hebrew class. Okay? So let's see what it says on here. Let's try to find our spot. So we at and his face. Wapanyawa. Wapanyawa. And his appearance. There it goes. Up here is Wapanayawa. Wapanyawa. Right where my fingers at. Hold on. Let me see here. Wapanyawa. Right there, that in that blue is Wapanyawa. That first letter is that little line that looks like a letter I. That's a Wa. That other little hook is a Pa. That little the little thing right there is a Na. Wapan. Let me see if I can get closer and closer. Wapan. And then that little one is a Ya. And that last little I again is a Wa. Wapanyawa. So when we get into the Hebrew, you can use this to read along, but you gotta get acclimated to these Hebrew characters. Once you get acclimated to these Hebrew characters, you can start reading along. Okay? Wapanyawa, Kamara, Barak, have lightning. Ayanyawa. Yeah, this is perfect. It's right along with it. Lapadia. Ash. Ithiawa. Yep, that's all right. Ithiawa. Wa Gal Thayawa. Yep, Maragal Thayawa. Kai, what's this? Kai, where are we at? Maragal Thayawa. Where are we at? Kayan. And Andrew Kayan. Ayan is eye, so as the eye, or as color. So that's a little different. Na Chashat, yeah, that's brass. Na Chashat. Kwalal, Wa. So I'm reading it slower. I'm reading it in the Hebrew. Wa Kwa Wal, to like proofread it. Dabar Yawa. Oh, I didn't put the Yawa. So it is words with an S. Dabar Yawa. It's like a Dabar Yawa. So it's and his words. So you remember when it says here is Ayan is I, Ayan Wa is his I. But if you add that Ya right there, Ayan Yawa is his eyes and make it more than one. So down here we got Dabarwa, which is his word, singular, one word. But to make it his words, he's speaking many words, which he was, we would just simply add, instead of it being Dabarwa, it would be Dabar Yawa. Dabar Yawa. Just like Ayan Yawa. Okay, so let's fix that real quick. Okay. Yeah, because I'm just going off my notes from years ago, not just the straight one. So I must have missed it in my notes. So this is the bar Yahweh. The bar Yahweh. This is words and his. So right here we got his. Yah is the S. It's all connected. Alright? It's all connected. So this right here, we can put that there too. And voice of his words as voice, multitude. Okay? So I'm going to read it along with you in the Hebrew. I'm going to just pull it up on the the Hebrew Bible on the computer, so we can try to do it together. So you're not looking at this little phone, you're actually looking at the Hebrew Bible on your screen. So let's do it. Give me a minute. Bear with me for a sec. We're gonna get it, so you can be able to read it, or you can at least get a feel of what it looks like to read actual Hebrew. Because we're gonna read it during the Sabbath service, but this is better. This is good because you can try to read along with us. So you're not just hearing a whole bunch of gibberish. You're actually reading along with us. All right. So like I said, you just type in Hebrew Bible in Google, go down to Hebrew English Bible Mekhan Mamre. Click that. All right. Once you're there, we're at Daniel. Where's the book of Daniel? There we go. Daniel. Go to chapter 10, 6. Okay, how do you zoom in? No, that's not zoom button. Give me a second. I'm about to try to zoom in. How do you zoom in on Google? Zoom. Okay. Zoom in even more. Okay. I think this is, let me see if I can zoom in anymore. I think that's about as close as we can get. Oh, this is as close as we can get. Okay. So, where are we at? So, if you can keep up with my mouse, I'm going to use the mouse to put it, let's do side by side. That work? No, I don't think that'll work. Okay. If y'all can see this, this is the best we can do probably right here. Yeah, this is about the best we can do, because if we go like this, it kind of blurs it up, messes it up a little bit. Okay, so we are at as the appearance. Okay, as the appearance. Look where it says as the appearance. That's where we're at. Wish I could use a cursor over here or something. Oh, I guess maybe you guys can see it. All right. Okay. So we're at so look on the English side where it says appearance, or and his face, and his face. That's where we're starting at, where it says and his face. Okay. So we're starting at and his. Let me know if you can see the and his face. This is where we're starting at. And his face. Last week we did his body was like the barrel. Okay. Which was green. So, and his face. Let's find it over here. We know and his face is Wapanyawa. Wapanyawa. We're here. This is a wa. That's a wa right there. Wa. All right. Like I said, this is not the beginner Hebrew class right here. This is a little advanced because we didn't go over the alphabet this earlier. But we already assuming that you know the alphabet or at least are familiar with the Lashon Kodash. If not, you're gonna have to go watch some other classes from weeks ago where we did where we started from the beginning. You probably have to go back like 6 classes, go back 6 or 7 classes, and that's when I'm starting with the Lashon Kodash with the letters. So this is a wa, wa. Now this is a pa. It's a pa. This is a na. This is a ya. Let me make sure y'all can see it. Yeah, can y'all see it? I'm making a little grays on there. It's a wa. Or ya. And then this is a wa again. So we're looking at wa panyawa. And his face. And his face. Wapanyawa. All right. See if I can go closer. I don't think I can go closer. No, that's it. That's the button. Oh shit, Bill's green. That. All right. More tools. Okay. All right, so Wapanyawa. This is Wapanyawa and his face. And his face. So now we got as the appearance. That's one word. As the appearance. So remember, Hebrew is from right to left. It's not left to right, it's right to left. Okay, it's right to left. All right, you should be looking at your own notes for now. Let me know if you want me to put the other board on there too. Maybe I'll do like this or something like that. Well, you can't see it, but It wouldn't do no good like that. But yeah, so we're gonna go straight here. So this now we're at as the appearance. As you know, as we know what that should be. So we're going. So this is what Pani was. Then we're going down to here to this next word. This next word. This is a ka. If you look at your notes, as the appearance, as is a ka. This little letter right here means as or like. As or like. When it is at the beginning of a word, it means as or like. Pretty much all the time, except certain words that start with ka. But for the most part, ka means as or like. So as, and then this word, ma, ra, ah, is, okay. Ma, well, let's go here. Ra'ah means looked. Okay, means look. Ma at the beginning of a word means. Let me check my notes. I forgot. All right, we got look, but what is ma? What's the ma doing there? Of or from? Okay. So that's the appearance of. Is the ma in there? At the end of that is a ha. Ain't nothing before a ha. It's the. Okay. Okay, here's where we're breaking it down. It's getting a little tricky. Okay? You gotta pay attention. Okay. So it's the word, what we're looking at is as the appearance of. Actually, as the appearance of. So how do you say as the appearance of is one word in Hebrew. And instead of appearance, it's actually look. As the look of. As the look of. So let's break it down. The word is kamara'ah. Kamara'ah. Let's break it down. Ka is as. Ma is the. Ra'ah is look. Ha at the end is of. All right. So we're saying as the look of. All right. Ka and a ma at the beginning of a word. Ra'ah is the root word. Ra'ah is the root word. Ka and the ma are prefixes. When they're at the beginning of a word, they mean certain things. Ka means as when it's at the beginning. Ma means of when it's at the beginning. Ha at the end, ma means the. Ha at the end means of. So as the appearance, as the look of is as the look of. All right, as the look of. That's what we just broke down. So the full word will be kamara'ah, 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 kamara'ah. As the look of. Then we went over this word, ba. That word should be, as you see when we went over it, over here, you got, so we just read, ka mara'ah. As the look of this word, Barak, Barak, Barak. as the appearance of lightning. Kama ra'a barak. Kama ra'a barak. Barakwa. All right. So that's what we're dealing with. Barak. So you should know this is a ba. This is a ra in the middle, and then this is a kwa. Barakwa. Barakwa. Barakwa, which is lightning, as the appearance of lightning. Okay? Lightning. Not to be confused with Barak, which means bless. All right? Which means bless. All right? This is Barak with a Q. All right? This Barak has a Q at it, a Q, not a CK. If it had a CK, it would mean bless. But since it has a Q, it means lightning. So let's get more. This is pretty much it. So you're getting the hang of it. We're just going to take some more classes for you to attend, and you'll be able to, see more once you got your notes. As long as you can always reference good notes, you'll be able to, break down, so much things. Okay. So now we go down as and his eyes. So here is wa and ayan, I. Ya is an S, which means, so that means eyes with an S. This is eyes. Y at the end is his. Y at the beginning is and. Y at the end is his. What is it? What is we're talking about? The root word is ayan, I. And his eyes. All right here is and his eyes. The Y at the beginning is and. Ayan is I. Ayan ya, with that ya at the end is eyes with an S. And then here is his and his eyes. All right. The next word is as torches of fire. We did kalapayabya. Ka as. Sorry. Ka is as. And then torches. La payadya. So the root word is torch. La payad. Torch. A ya at the end means an S, means it's plural. This here means it's multiple of them. That's a ya. The ka here means as. As torches, as lamps. And then here is fire, ash. All right. So, and as lamps, fire. Ash. Okay. All right. With that, we're gonna have to end the stream for the night. Brothers did a great job tuning in and keeping up with the best you can and learning. Definitely keep attending classes. You keep learning more and more. Get stronger and stronger in the Hebrew, and the Lord's gonna bless you. Okay. You're gonna be blessed by knowing your language, knowing some more of your tongue. When Christ returns, you'll be more prepared. Won't be caught unawares. All right? Because we will be speaking Hebrew in the kingdom. We will be all learning this. All right? We will be all learning this, believe it or not. Okay? I'll leave that on the board. Put this stuff up. And we're going to do the security announcements and the Lord's Prayer. ISUBK security announcements. We are the ISUBK, started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 through 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. Ashara means 10. Ma is of a tenth, of 10. So out of everything you get, you give of a tenth. Ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we have the Feast of Purim, February 25th and 26th, and then the Passover, April 24th. Remind Aki Makwathian to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that said, Imajim Upanya Hakwadam, which means rise and face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Kwadash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwatha, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Baharataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakam, Kau, Yawam, Wasalak Nawa, Kawawathi Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawawat Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabaya Nawa, by Messiah 1, Abal, Harashai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapara, La'aiwalamyam, Aman. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Sar, please turn. Give courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Ma'av Shabbat, Amajim, Barak. You're going to say Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakathon. Yazmatah, arm down. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters that we be watching online. Men of Israel, Ma'av Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alathan by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Sisters will say it back. Judgmentah, class dismissed. All right. Shalom Israel. Catch y'all on the same channel for Kentucky 8 Radio at 9 o'clock.